Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So, starting off with the hour, we had a bit of a continuation on that short downtrend on the lower time frames, but I have a feeling this is just a short-term pullback. Oscillators are pointing down at the moment. They have separated, so that's indicating something is brewing. And I just want to get a level in here and just swing to the left just to have a look to see what we are dealing with. Okay, so you see all these tails? Look at all these tails. That's kind of what we're dealing with. So that is a pretty serious weekly level. You can see these dotted lines here represent the week. You can see that's a low of that week. That's a low of that week. Now that's a low of that week. There's a swing back high on that week. Swing back high on that week. And we have broken it fairly solidly, and we've come back to test it with an inside bar. So for me, there's still a little bit of a structure further down, so we'll keep that on the weekly. If we start dropping down here, a couple of things brewing. It does look like a bit of a flag forming for another attempt at one of these two levels here, and that's the one scenario. The other scenario is this is a tweezer bottom and we're looking for a move to the upside. Now bear in mind, we've got a tweezer top and a fairly decent tweezer top on the daily with a confirmation bar, but it's a weak setup. What I mean by that is we're in a strong uptrend, so it could mean a short-term top. In other words, we're going to drift lower for a while longer, or it could mean something else, that we are looking to close this gap at the bottom here from the start of the year. So it's a weak setup. It's on the lower time frames. You'll definitely be able to have some confidence on the downside move, but on this daily, you don't really want to be stressing too much about this. This is just a bit of a pullback. We've had a strong move up, and you can see that we really overbought at the moment. Sorry. So I'm not convinced yet that there's a change in direction, but there is structure forming which could force that. So what you need to do is get the levels higher up on the chart drawn in. There they are there. So those swing lows there. Now let's get down to the lower time frames and see what opportunities we have for today. So right off the bat on the daily, I have an engulfing bar, double bottom, and a bit of a break here. So there it is there. Okay. Cross over the moving averages below the 155. Oscillator starting to sort of ease off at the moment. From a Bollinger perspective, from Bollinger Band perspective, you'll probably see that this leg is outside the Bollinger Band, and this is a Bollinger W setup. But in my experience, on the DAX, it has a low probability of playing out. The higher probability is going with whatever trend setup is happening, and at the moment it looks like we have a setup to the downside. So what we're looking at is 15,045. Okay, you can see we're hovering at 15. We've broken through 15 yesterday, so 15 is also one of the areas we need to pay attention to. But let's just go through the logic. So first we need 15,045 retested and possibly 15,087 tested. That breaks the 155, so that would put us in between the moving averages, and then we'd probably be ranging. The other view is to look at this on where we are now. So I would say we need to get back below 14,998 and retest that. Then you're looking to retest this 14,913 area. Okay, and then if that gives way, you're looking to get down to 14,837. Bear in mind that this 14,913 is a massive weekly level. So it's going to have to take quite a big catalyst for us to drop below that, based on the strength of the uptrend that we have as well. Okay, and you can see we didn't muck around when we broke through over there. We basically did that in one day. Broke through, structure, boom, and then carried on. So keep that in the back of your mind. We start looking at the 15-minute, and there was a fairly decent a short trade set up at the market open yesterday. And you can see there's some structure there, but if you look to the left, there's your swing low, and I'm going to come here. This bar here is pretty much on that swing low, and if you're down on the 5 minutes, I can actually just put it in. You're down on the 5 minutes, you would have seen the structure here. There's our level. You can see right there, pin bar, golfing bar, entry short there, stop up there, 33 point short for a move down, but then very gappy, but it was a fairly strong move down, and then we just went sideways at the US Open. So today, that's kind of the structure that I've got on the cards at the moment. This is messy from the US Open yesterday. You can see how messy this is. But I would expect either a rejection off here, 15,045, or we are going to reject this 15,000 area, but I wouldn't do 15,000, I'd do 14,998. So I'd want to see a break and retest to that area, and then we can look for something further down. Okay, that's kind of me today. Don't expect this to drop below 14,913 in the blink of an eye. I somehow think we're just coming back to test it. So I'd expect a couple of tests on the higher time frames on this area if we were going to break through it. So I'd expect us to sort of range here for a bit before then drifting lower and then accelerating. So until that happens, the overall bigger trend is up, although on the hour we have the start of a potential downtrend. So keep your eye open for both moves. Anyway, I'm more than likely going to sit on the sides today. I don't think there's anything apart from Forex. I think there's a setup on a British pound Japanese yen that's looking interesting, but apart from that, I don't think anything else is worth chasing. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.